Hi everyone. To cure the evil eye. Hi. So we're going to be talking about how to cure the evil eye today. Let me pin this. Thank you for coming, guys. Yeah, my eye, could you see that? It's been red for a while. I went to the optometrist and they did some tests where they blew some air in my eye and then they bursted like a blood vessel, so it hasn't gone down. I've been using drops and stuff. It still doesn't go down. It's been a few days ago. So if you guys have any tips on how to take care of that, let me know. They just told me to keep using artificial tears. But yeah, it's really red. This one's fine, but the other one's red. Okay, and then talking about eyes, huh? Hi everyone. Okay, let me pull up my little pictures that I have here. So we're gonna talk about how to cure the evil eye. And I'm gonna start talking about it. Thank you guys for coming. I know this is like the weekend and it's holiday season, but I did want to talk about the evil eye, and I'm also going to announce the winners, and I'll do that at the end when I finish talking and answer some of your questions if you guys have some. So hi. So I did do another IG prior to this about what is the evil eye, but I just kind of want to cover it really quick in case you didn't hear that. So technically the evil eye is when someone either intentionally or non-intentionally send you bad energy, bad vibes, and you then start seeing this in your life. You feel like something's off. Maybe you're thinking a lot about an ex, you're obsessing over this ex, but this ex wasn't good, like no good for you. Maybe someone sent you like malintent wishes, and then that's what ends up happening. There's other things like you can't get a job, or there's a lot of circumstances where you end up even being homeless, and that's because people are wishing you malintent. And it could be because of items that you own, like if you have a good car, a good house, it could be because of that, or it could just be because of your outlook in life. Some people are very positive and they don't like people that are negative don't like positive people, so they end up sending malintent to those people. And typically people that are very positive, they don't protect themselves a lot because of the fact that they feel like, oh, everything's fine, everything's dandy. And if you are susceptible, then you can catch the evil eye. And I talked about that in my other IG. I went really in depth. But now this is more, oh yeah, the evil eye is very powerful. Very, very powerful. Some people are so powerful, they know they can give the evil eye. And as an astrologer, I can tell the people based on your chart, even if you can be a good person, it doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with it. It's based on your power. And we can see in people's chart if they are good with magic, if they're good with, and that's all it is. We have magic within us. We have a spirit, right? We call our soul a spirit. So within our body, we have a spirit, and that spirit can be used to do good or used to do bad. Either, it's our choice. That's where we have the free will. But typically people that can cast the evil eye, they are able to work with magic. So they work with magic. They're very spiritual, and it could go either way, either good or bad. And in your chart, I'll be able to tell if you're able to do that. Some people want to know because they'll notice that when they think certain thoughts, it comes true, and they're like, whoa, what happened there? So you just have to be more careful to do that. But if you're a good person, I mean, it just helps you even more to identify those situations because you end up having a radar. So you can feel the negative energy, and because you're able to cast it, you can also feel it. In order for you to curse someone, you need to know how to curse. like, period. If you can't, you're not going to be able to get rid of it. You need to know what the practice is, and then from there you make a conscious choice not to do that to other people, period. And you protect yourself because you know it's out there. People are capable of doing that. So symptoms of the evil eye. The main one is a huge pounding headache, or you're clumsy, you're dropping things more than usual. Things break, like brand new things that you buy break, and you weren't really handling them roughly or anything like that. They just kind of like break, or you buy a broken item. But it's a lot of them, like a lot of situations. Don't think like, oh, one time this happened and the evil eye. Oh, no, it's more like back-to-back situations where you're having just like a bad day. Like, you buy something with all your efforts and it ends up being broken, or you were hoping for something to happen in regard to like a job and it falls through. So you have like a streak of things not going well, but that wasn't happening before. You were fine before, maybe months before, a year before, everything was fine. When you get out of a very nasty relationship, you can get the evil eye, especially if the other person didn't want to end the relationship. They can send something to you, like a thought or a hope, like, I hope you don't find anyone, or I hope you're not happy. So things like that, and that you can catch that. So you just want to make sure you cleanse yourself after any type of relationship, and this could be friendships too. Anyone that you kind of get cord attachments to can cast an evil eye, so you want to clean all that. But the main thing is everything's going wrong for you, and it wasn't before. Nothing seems to go right, and you feel something's off. You feel depressed, you feel you have low energy, you have headaches, you feel like you're sick, like your body is sick, but you don't know how or what or why. Those are indicators. Everything breaking apart around you. So what can you do? The number one thing that I always go to, and it's the easiest, and I just turned it on right before we went on live, is smudging. You need a smudge, and this needs to be done, especially if you feel like the evil eye is more prominent in your life, like you feel like everything's off, things are going wrong, then you need to smudge daily until you start feeling better. Hi guys, I see all the comments, but I can't catch them, they're coming in so fast. I'll go back and answer some questions. So yes, the smudging is a must for you. Once you start feeling better, then from there you can reduce the smudging. So what I suggest, I would start smudging usually on a new moon, not the crescent moon. So the day that there's a new moon, you can smudge for 7 days. So smudging, you're smudging through the quarter moon. So the first quarter, you're smudging through that. You start on the crescent moon, you're smudging every day, so you should be cleansing for seven days. You can even do a physical cleanse with the smudging. So what does that mean? You can do like a detox flush. So you can eat differently too. So it's everything. You just cleanse. You can purge things from your home. Anything where you're purging things from your body, your home, your car, you smudge. So you're cleaning, you're moving the energy, you're getting rid of the energy, and you're also trying to get rid of any baggage that's holding you. And this could be physical, or this can be in your body, material, physical material, or even thoughts. So good time to journal as well. And that's a good start to start removing the evil eye. And if you don't have a bad case of it, like technically a bad case of evil eye is like people really cursing you. So I know I think, I don't know if I shared this with you guys. I know I shared it with other, in my class, but I don't think I shared it with you guys. So the reason I wanted to talk about the evil eye, and I've always practiced things around the evil eye, was because during Christmas shopping, we were at a Marshall's, and some lady talks to my son and says, "Shame on you." And I was like, what? We were in line, And I looked at the lady and I'm like, what did you say to him? And I kind of thought my son maybe touched her purse or like did something like go into her space, and she got upset and she's like, shame on you. And still, either way, even if she said that, so she responded like, oh, nicely. She changed her entire tone. Like when she told my son shame on you, it was like a curse, like shame on you, like shame upon your life. And I'm like, what the So I wanted to go off with this lady, but I didn't. I kept my composure, and then I just told my son, come over here. And I asked him, what did you do? He goes, nothing, I was just playing a little Christmas music. So I really got upset. I got home, I cleansed my kids. My kids always wear a red bracelet, so we were fine. But to me, it was just like, wow, okay, some people curse. This lady's cursing a child. I'm telling you right now, you can get the evil eye by people just saying, oh, I hate the way she smells. She smells so nice all the time. And then from there, things could go off in your life, like little things, like maybe you don't feel good that day, or little, starts piling up. So it doesn't have to be something that ruins your life, but when it becomes a curse, it can. And this lady literally did it to my son. So we took care of it. And then I'm like, nope, I need to talk about this because it's out there right now. And during this season, people get a little crazy. But either way, so smudging would be something that you would do. I heard, I saw a comment about smudging. Did you say to smudge on a new moon? Yes. So you can smudge on a new moon if you feel off. You always want to smudge on a new moon, not the crescent moon. You want to start on a new moon. Why? Because the new moon is dark. She's hidden and she's shedding. So she's under the control of the sun. She's getting cleansed. So the new moon is not a time to manifest things. It's the crescent moon, which happens about 2 days after the new moon. So when you have a new moon, especially if you have curses, you want to cleanse during a new moon eclipse, because eclipses clean, like they're just very erratic and they can clean a lot of stuff. But on the dark moon, you want to start smudging, and then you want to smudge for 7 days. Why? Because you're following the flow of the moon. Because after the second day, the moon is born and it's a nice crescent moon. That's when we make our wishes, and you're still smudging, you're still cleansing, you're still cleaning, and you take the whole cleansing for 7 days, which actually includes the 7 days of the week. So even if it's not in that order, that's why you would do it for 7 days, because you're gonna do Monday for the moon, and Tuesday for Mars, Wednesday for Mercury, Thursday for Jupiter, Friday for Venus, Saturday for Saturn, and Sunday for the Sun. And it doesn't have to be in a particular order, as long as you cover all the days of the week, because you're using divination and you're using all the planets' energy. And then you take the moon cycle in, which on the 7th day, that's when there's a quarter. That's the quarter moon, and that's a tension aspect, but you cleanse all the way through. So you started in tension and you end in tension. So you can do this with sage, and it should clean you. You shouldn't feel bad after that. You should feel really good. If you still feel bad, then you have something more of a curse. And I have a little treat for you guys at the end, but about curses. So then at that point, if smudging is not helping, you need something else. So the other thing that I like to do is mirror work. So, like mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Well, there's a reason why. Actually, a lot of Disney movies, they all have some esoteric stuff in there. I mean, you have to, as a grown person now, when you watch them again, you're like, whoa, that was in there. So they're like subconsciously putting stuff in our head. Either way, when you do mirror work, you're gonna look at the mirror, and then you're kind of talking to yourself through the mirror, but you're going to ask for guidance. So from there, you knock on the mirror, and you want to knock 4 times on the mirror, and then you call in whoever you feel protects you. I use angels. So I use Archangel Michael, San Miguel. So I knock on the mirror, and I'm looking at myself and I'm talking to myself, and then I tell Archangel Michael to come help me. So I say, Archangel Michael, please help me now. And then I feel his presence, and I'm still looking at the mirror, and I knock 4 times. And the reason why, because there's 4 directions. There's east, west, north, and south. So you're calling all the angels from all directions to come. That's how you knock 4 times. And then you ask them to please cleanse and slay anything that is holding you back. Cleanse anything that is not good for you. Take care of all this bad energy and take it out of your body. So cut cords. It's cutting, because Archangel Michael uses a big sword, and he has a shield, so he can block and chop at the same time. So while you're doing that, you're just imagining yourself kind of being cleansed, like everything being cut, and your body's just like in a white light, right? And then you send love to people. So I know that other people like to send the energy back. I don't like to send the energy back. I like to turn the energy in my head from negative to positive. Your choice. You can decide to send the energy back to the person. I really don't think that solves the issue, because then that person's still malicious, right? You're sending it back and they're still going to do evil things, maybe not to you, but to other people. So I like to get the energy and then kind of transform it into white light. Now, if you cannot do that while you're visualizing you cutting like all the cords and cutting all this stuff up, if you can't do that, then you need to ball it up and throw it in a trash. And you're going to imagine yourself like a black hole. It's going to a black hole. It's getting out of this universe. So you're just getting all this gunk and just throwing it. Sorry, I'm using my hands because I'm actually imagining everything right now. So that's what you do when you use the mirror. And then after you finish your little practice, and this could be quick, knock, knock, knock. Thank you, Archangel, please protect me. Do a little prayer. You can write down your own little prayer of the things that you want, and then you can tape it on a post-it in your mirror. And then every morning, when you're getting ready, doing your makeup, whatever, you do it really quick, and then you thank him. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking care of me. You know, whatever it is. Amen. You can do this to with anyone. You can ask your spirit guides, you can ask ancestors to help you, but I use San Miguel. I use Archangel Michael. I use angels, all sorts of angels. Another one that's kind of a good angel to use for this is San Uriel, which is Archangel Uriel, but he's a little bit crazy because he doesn't really care of turning energy into white light. He's kind of gory, so you have to be careful. I would do my research on the angels. But Archangel Uriel is good to like get wisdom and esoteric knowledge. So it's not that he's bad, but he doesn't bullshit. Like he's cutthroat. So I would just watch out for him. All the other angels like Raphael and Gabriel, they're much sweeter. The angels don't have a gender, but we appoint a gender to them. So Gabriel is sometimes known as Gabrielle, because it's a kinder energy. It's more for love. So yeah, so you just have to check to see who it is that you could use during the mirror work. And you can ask yourself before you go to sleep, who should I ask from God? Who should I ask guidance from? And you'll probably have a dream that tells you. So you can ask. Okay, so that's one practice, and that was doing mirror work with Archangel Michael. But there we go. Now, without the mirror, you can just call on Archangel Michael. So you can say, Archangel Michael, please come to me now. And you have to imagine that he's with you, that he's watching your back. And you kind of do like a short little meditation, maybe take a few breaths in and out, and you're asking him to clear all this negative feelings, negative thoughts, negative everything that you're feeling. You're asking Archangel to just cleanse it all away. And at that point, I always light a candle. So I don't have my Archangel Michael candle here, but I have it downstairs. I didn't grab it. I grabbed this one on purpose because this is Our Lady Fatima. So she's also really good for protection work. So you want to either use if you don't believe in this stuff, you don't have to. You can just use the colors, right? If you want protection, then you're gonna use a color of protection. And usually white is universal, so you want to use white. Black is usually protection, but I don't really like using black, so I use white. I go to the white. Love, red. So you can follow the love instead of having the angels, like the angels or saints on the candles, but I use them. So I use her. So when I do my little prayer to Archangel Michael, I either turn on one of his candles or one of her candles, and then I leave it. I put my petition in the bottom. I could either get a Sharpie, write it in the bottom, or just put a post-it in the bottom. Make sure I place it in a place where it's not going to catch on fire, and we're good to go. You'll feel much better. Absolutely much better. But after that, if you're not feeling better, then I have a deeper cleanse. So if you guys want, I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, actually, yes, you can. So after I post the IG, you guys can go back and take a screenshot of this. So this is a protection bath, and you do want to start this. Well, it could be as soon as possible, but the more potent would be during a new moon. The same thing with sage. And again, see, 7-day candle, it doesn't last 7 days, but they call it a 7-day candle because they're using the 7 energies of the planets. There's a lot of symbolism and a lot of things that we do. We just don't know they're all connected to the planets and astrology. But with the protection bath, what I do is every 2 months, I put a calendar reminder, and then I say, hey, Crystal, you need to restock on your bath formula. So I get a Ziploc, and then I put the Epsom salt. I don't put anything that's gonna rot, like a lime. You need to use a lime or a lemon. I prefer lime, not the green one, not the yellow one, but you can still use the yellow one. So the lime in magic is actually very protective and cleansing, and it also attracts money at the same time. So abundance. So you want to put a lime in your bath, and you just cut it in half and throw it in there. And the heat is gonna get all the like citrus oils out, but you can even scratch the shell, like the peel of the lime. So when you put it in the bath, like the little oils come out and it smells much better. But anything that does not rot, I put it in my little pouch, so I'm ready. And then when I'm taking a protection bath, which I do at least once a week, I already have them ready. So I have my little branch of rosemary, bay leaves in there, and my salts. So I have the Epsom salt and I have the sea salt, and I throw them in there. Now, crystals are a must, but you have to be careful with the crystals that you should not use. And I think Kathy's still here. If she is, Kathy, can you do me a favor and type in any crystals that they cannot put in water? So they're usually the ones that are like soft, like talc, like they're powdery. Don't put them in water. So because they'll dissolve, you'll ruin the crystal. But if it's not powdery, then some of them you still can. Like malachite, you wouldn't put in water. Malachite's a little poisonous. So it's not powdery because they treat it on the outside. So if it's shiny, it's treated. But when it's raw in raw form, you would not put that in water. I don't know if she's still here. She might not be here, but I can post it later on the chat. Oh, okay, Kathy, okay. Thank you, Kathy. Yes, if you could just post any crystals that they cannot. Yeah, selenite, no. I would not put pyrite. So for the protection bath, we're gonna put a black stone. So that's either black tourmaline or onyx, black onyx, right? Anything that's black, because all the crystals that are black are protective. So you're gonna put a protection stone, and then you're gonna put a clear quartz, because clear quartz amplifies everything. Now, when it comes to water has memory. There was a study that they were doing, they were testing poison, and this was a scientific study, and the poison was completely sealed. There was a little bottle. Well, the scientists actually dropped it in like frask full of water, and she's like, oh, I'll do it later, I'll take care of it later. So she sets the frask and the poison aside, even though it's completely sealed. And they, again, because they're scientists, they are gonna test what happened to the water. They remove the poison, and then they feed this water to the mice, and the mice die. So they're like, how did this happen? They tested the water, and the water did not have a single trace of poison. Well, they've been studying, especially in Japan, how water has memory. And the water, because it was around another liquid that's poisonous, mimicked the poison and became poisonous, even though it didn't have poison. It's a very interesting documentary. They have it on Gaia. If you guys have that channel, you should watch it. And I think it's called Sacred Water. But yeah, it was interesting. So if you're putting these stones in water, the water is going to mimic the energy of the black stone, which is protective. And the clear quartz just going to like blow you off the water. Like it's going to amplify everything. So this should take care of it. It's super, super powerful. Like you don't even know. Okay. Yes, minerals are alive. Yes. Okay, so let me pause here and I'll go back and look at some. Yes, don't put selenite. Good. Thank you, Kathy. Pyrite, malachite. Yes, none of that. The ites are iffy, so don't do that. And again, when in doubt, Google. So if you want to put a stone and you're like, should I don't know if I could, Google it. If you don't know the name of the stone, you own the stone, because that's what happened to that happened to me when I was a new stone geek. Then just don't put it in there. If you're looking at the stone, you're like, I don't know what this is, don't put it in there. Just, it's better to be safe than sorry. But yes, bay leaves are very protective, and they're also money generators, abundant generators. So at the same time, you're getting rid of the shit, you're cleansing, and you're also inviting abundance. It's very powerful, guys. This is super powerful. Another thing that I do with the same, it's like the same, but I add a little bit more herbs. I make myself a spray. I know I talked to you guys about it. It's almost empty, but I spray myself every single time I do a consultation. After the IGs, I spray the area, and this has sage, it has rosemary, and then I put a little tourmaline crystal inside. It does not have any preservatives, so I don't put alcohol in it, but the ones that I do make for, like, if I have cousins and friends that want me to make them, I do add alcohol so they can last longer. But I make it all the time that I don't add alcohol. It's water, and it lasts for like a week or so, and then I make another one because I use it so often, and this could be a substitution to the smudging. And then the last one, which I was super excited about. So after sharing this story, like I shared this story with my mom about this lady telling my son something at the store, my mom got a little bit upset, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna tell you something, and I was waiting for you to waiting for Christmas Eve to tell you this. And I was like, okay, what is it? So she called my aunt in Mexico and my aunt goes, I know how to do limpias. And she starts telling me, I'm going to tell you something, but you can't pass it on to other people. So there is some prayer and ritual that comes with the process. But it's passed on, and this is from Michoacan. So I was super excited, like, yes. And like, I want to know. So she told me how to do it. She mailed me something that I have to have. And I was crying because I felt so honored that this happened. I didn't realize that I was going to be handed this ritual down. And this ritual actually doesn't get handed down until Christmas Eve. And we know why. Well, at least I know why. I asked my aunt why. She says, I don't know. That's how it's always been. But that's the most spiritual day of the year. We talked about Yule, right? So not necessarily just Christmas Eve, but people follow Christmas Eve as the beginning of Yule, and it fluctuates. So that's technically when the sun is at 0 degrees Capricorn. And that's exactly the day that I received this information. So they said they wanted to give it to me on Christmas Eve, but because I shared this story, they needed to give it to me now because they need me to check to see if I or my son have the evil eye because of what happened. And my aunt checked and she's like, no, you guys don't have it. And then she told me how to do it. So I'm gonna check whoever is on the live. I'm gonna check for you guys right now if you guys have the evil eye. Tell me if you do not want me to check. So everyone that's on the live right now, I'm gonna check if any of you guys have the evil eye. I'm not gonna be able to know who has it unless I do it individually, but as a group I can check, and it's usually a no. It's more rare for the information to come as yes. Okay, so I'm gonna check for everyone. I want to know who does not want me to include them, because when I ask, I'm gonna exclude you. Okay, so I'm gonna wait a little bit and see the comments. Please check. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm not seeing anyone say no. So I'm gonna start. So I'm just getting, because I have to use salt. And then I'm pouring water. Okay, I'm waiting a little more. So I'm seeing, thank you. Okay, please check. Okay, so I'm not seeing a no whatsoever, so I am checking. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys the good news, but it looks like someone here does have the evil eye. Let me take a picture of this and I'll post it later so you guys can see it. And how you can tell. So like I said, it's very rare for it to come up as positive. But when it's negative, if you guys can see this picture, you'll see the little drops of oil. When you drop the oil into the water, they should stay exactly like those little drops. The oil shouldn't disperse all over the water. So that's what happened with one of the drops. So when I dropped the first one, it went all over the water, all over it. So everyone here, I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. I can share how to, you guys know if you have the evil eye. What I cannot share is how to cure it, because it comes with the prayer. But I'm gonna do the prayer and I'm gonna include all you guys there. So everyone that's in this live, whoever it is that has it, I'm cutting and destroying the evil eye for all of you guys. But if you guys want to personally check to see if you have it after I do this, so give me about, because right after I finish the live, I need to finish the procedure, the ritual. Give me about 15 minutes. So what you're gonna need is you get a bowl. Get a bowl like this, okay? Any bowl, but this is like the bowl they want me to use, the ethnic bowl. And then water. So this is sun charged water that I use. I always use sun charged water. So you could use any water. Just get water, put a little bit on inside your bowl, and you're also gonna use a few, like a pinch of salt. So you drop a pinch of salt, and you need olive oil. So I have olive oil here. You grab the olive oil. You have to have like a key to do it, but you can do it without a key. It's just more effective with the key because it controls the oil. But and that's like part of the ritual itself. But you can check after, and if it comes out like this, exactly like this picture, you're gonna drop 3 drops in there, and it comes out like this, you do not have it. That means it's done. Yes, you put the salt in the water. So I'll repeat it again. You get your bowl. Okay, you get your bowl, and you add salt. You add water, and you add oil. But you don't add oil like this. No, you need a dropper of some sort, and that's why we use the feminine key. See, because it has a little hole. So when you dip it in the oil and you go over here, it drops the oil as a drop. 1, 2. So you're gonna drop 3 of them, 3 little drops, and you don't move it. You watch to see what the oil is doing. So if they stay exactly like that picture, the oil, it just stays wherever you drop it, you do not have the evil eye. But if it forms weird shapes, looks like a snake, this one, like I can like totally see everything, like because the oil will start doing freaky shapes and go all over the place. That means you have the evil eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and destroy it. So that's the ritual they taught me to do, which is how to destroy it. I'm kind of glad that I was able to do it. I was gonna tell you guys, no one has it, but it looks like someone here does have some of it, and I'm gonna take care of it. Everyone here, I'll post the picture, because after you take care of it and you destroy it, then you do it again. So I'm gonna ask again with the same intentions for the people here, and I'm gonna check to see if it's gone. Okay, so I would just recommend that you guys smudge and maybe take a look at the spiritual bath again. But once I post the IG, the comments will be off, so you guys could take a screenshot of it. Okay, let me look at the comments. Yeah, you don't have to have a key, but you need at least a dropper. If you don't have a dropper, then use a very small, like teaspoon, something that you're gonna be able to drop like a dot, like a little drop of oil, 1 by 1. But a lot of the essential oils have droppers, and I mean, the oil that they're asking me to use is olive oil. But you can, I mean, it's oil. Maybe you can use, like this is frankincense, so you could use that, but you need a dropper. See, 1, 2, 3. So it needs to drop, and a dropper could control it. So if you don't have a key, you can get a dropper. Yes, or a toothpick. That would be a good idea. You dip it in the oil, and then it has a little bit of oil, and then you just wait for it to drop. Yes. So that's the intention of the key, and it needs to be like a dropper. Okay, so for the bath, if you don't have a bath bomb, that's fine, because the information I put on here is not really for a bath bomb. Now with the tea tree oil, I mean, they told me, this is how it was passed on to me, that I have to use, yes, extra virgin olive oil. But I mean, I think it's oil. Oil is oil. Look, using tea tree oil is much more expensive than using olive oil. Right? Olive oil is much cheaper. Yeah, the bottle is huge and we pay more money, but tea tree oil, the little tiny bottle, you know, it's more money than the olive oil. So it's up to you, but I was told it has to be extra virgin olive oil, because that is the oil that was used in ancient times. They anoint people with that oil, but it's up to you. If you see that it's I don't know, good results, then go for it. Let me see. Morocco, I know you can put the mix in a bucket and pour during the shower. Yes. So yes, you can do that. You can put everything and kind of dissolve it first, and then put it in the shower. Another thing that I do is I get a huge pot, and I actually have a pot that I just use only to make my baths, and I heat everything up, and then I put all the salt, I mix it all up, I let it cool down till it's like room temperature or maybe a little hotter, and then I take it with me. And when I'm taking a bath, as I'm taking the bath, I'm pouring it on top of my head, and I'm cleansing myself, and I'm asking for cleansing. So you can get creative, but you want to use these things here because this is the protection. All these things that I'm using are for protection and abundance. So we're clearing the shut up, and then we're making sure that we raise our vibe, and we clear like anything that's pulling our vibe down. Okay, let me look to see more candles for the bath. You don't have bathtub. Oh, I'm sorry. Morocco 51, I misread your comment. If you don't have a bathtub, then you're gonna do it with like the other comment that I saw after, which is putting the mix in a bucket or a big pan and pouring it over yourself in the shower. Okay, I read bath bomb, but it's because I have the words in the back when I'm looking at the comments. Okay, let me see. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Okay, so everything else looks like I covered. Thank you. Yes, well, yes, I am saving the live. Yes, plain olive oil. 3 drops of oil, 3 drops, because you're using. So yeah, you're asking, you're dropping 3 drops. Trinity, you're using the Trinity. And once you cleanse yourself, then that's when you want to use your bracelets. You want to use like either a red bracelet, or you want it like this one was gifted to me. It's an Asabache bracelet, and it's a wish bracelet. So you make a wish, and when it breaks, the wish is supposed to come true. Other things that you can wear are like red coral. So this is for Mars. If you have a weak Mars in your chart, you must always have either carnelian or red coral with you if your Mars is weak, because Mars is your willpower, and Mars also rules Scorpio, and Scorpio energy is a type of energy that could cast magic. That's the master alchemist. So Mars is a master alchemist, but he's also the warrior. So if you have a Mars that's very debilitated in your chart, you can be susceptible to other people's energy, whether they're wishing you bad on purpose or they're wishing you bad on accident, like not purposefully. You can still catch the energy. So you want to wear a red coral ring, or you want to wear carnelian is associated with Mars as well. Yeah, Angela, I need a red coral. Yes, if you know if your Mars is weak, you do need to have one. So yeah, because Mars is our willpower. How do you dispose of yes, thank you. I did not cover that. So the direct instruction to dispose of the water is only 2 ways, and that's either down the drain. And the drains are ruled by Scorpio and Pluto. So you're getting the nasty shit out. You're pouring it down the drain, or you're going to toss it outside, but it has to be on dirt, like a grass area, but not near a tree. So they don't want a tree. It has to be like a grass area, and then you think it and throw it. What type of placements makes it so that you can do magic or give evil eye? So if you have a lot of placements, a lot of planets in the 8th house, you're already going to be fascinated with magic, period. Period. That's the first thing. If you have a lot of planets in Scorpio, fascinated with that shit. If you have Mars or Pluto in the first house, same thing. So there's a bunch of indicators because there's houses here that play out. But if you have a very injured planet like Mars getting a square to Saturn, and Saturn is in the 8th house, and Mars is in your 4th house, then that could also indicate a generational curse. So you really, this is a area of astrology that I didn't learn until after getting like familiar with pop astrology. So you first find out like, oh, the sun in Pisces means this, and the moon in Libra means that. And then after, you start seeing combinations. So it's more advanced because they don't teach you the sun in Pisces means this. They're telling you combinations. So it can get a little bit complex, but 8th house placements, no matter what sign, they're going to be fascinated with magic, and you're powerful. Now, do you know? It all depends if you unlocked it and explored it. Everyone has an 8th house, no matter what. Everyone in here, in this live on earth, has an 8th house. But it's what you do with it. So the more emphasized in your chart, the more you get into that stuff. Yeah, any planets, but mainly the main planets. Remember, alchemy was not created with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Not personal planets. Personal planets are only Venus and Mars and Mercury. Those are personal planets. Social planets are then including Jupiter and Saturn. So it's the traditional planets. That's the word, traditional. Because the personal planets are Mercury, Venus, and Mars. And then we throw in the moon and the sun, even though they're not planets. That's personal. That means they influence your personal life. The social planets are Jupiter and Saturn because they're more socially based. They actually influence more social things in your life, and they also take longer in a zodiac sign. So a lot of people that are born around the same time you were born are going to have like Saturn in Scorpio or Saturn in Capricorn, because it takes 2.5 years for Saturn to get out of a zodiac sign. So they become social planets. But Venus, Mercury, and Mars can go far away from the sun for about 4 signs away. But Venus and Mercury stay very close to the sun. So if you have a sun in Pisces, you can have Venus in Aries, or you can have Venus in Aquarius. But no matter what, no more. If you have a sun in Pisces, Venus is not going to be in Capricorn. If you have a sun in Pisces, Venus will not be in Taurus, because they're so close to the sun. They orbit so close. So that's what makes them personal planets. Let me see. How do you learn more about all this? Like, how do you remember all this? I'm old. I'm old, and I've been practicing astrology for a long time. So practice makes perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but you know the saying. So the more you practice, the more you study, the more it just becomes like another language. Like, you just learn it. And at first, I was floored when my knowledge went to the next level. When my astrology mentors said, hey, you're not just like a person curious about astrology, like you can actually do this stuff. So they started giving me more information and secrets. And I'm going to be preparing more protection bracelets when the sun and the moon align. They're aligning with the archangels in the sky. So that's coming soon. I'm going to be doing that. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. So I'm going to take care of you guys. It's all over the place now, but it looks like it calmed itself down. So I'll take care of this. I'll get rid of it, and then I'll post to make sure that it's clear. I'll let you guys know. And then we're gonna announce the winners. So we have some cool prizes. We're gonna give you guys a cleanse bracelet, and this is from my friend Talking Tina 1. If you guys followed her and liked her post, then you are in the running to get a bracelet. So I'm pulling up my other phone so I can use the IG generator to select a random winner. I like random. I like fairness. So let's go to so yeah, after you guys cleanse, do the bath, put on your bracelet, and that is preventative. So we just talked here about, we talked about how to cleanse it, how to identify it, how to take care of it. But after you cleanse, so after you do this bath, after you smudge for 7 days, after you do mirror work, you don't have to do all of them. You can choose one. I gave you guys a lot of ideas, or a lot of methods, I mean. But you could use all of them. You can do all of them. I mean, I do. So if you have the time, do all of them. Then you want to put your nice cleanse bracelet. Anytime you get a new bracelet, whether it's a red bracelet or any new item that you're going to wear, you really believe there's some magic in the item, you want to sage. So you sage it before you put it on, you cleanse it, and then you put it on. You can even charge it with the moon. The full moon is happening on the 29th, so you can charge it with the full moon. So let's check. Let me see if I see more comments while I'm checking. Okay. Okay, so it's starting. Let's see. So that is the first winner. And then we have an alternate winner. So, Miss Bianca Lee won the bracelet, and Black Curls also won something. And actually, I'm giving out a necklace. So let me take off my necklace. I'm not gonna give you this one. This one's mine, but it's gonna be exactly like this one. So Black Curls won a necklace, and Bianca Lee won the bracelet from Talking Tina. So this is the necklace, and it's not, I'm not gonna ship it until after the new year because I'm charging it and cleansing it. Well, cleansing and charging before the year ends. So by the time you get it, it's ready to go. So yay, you won, Black Curls, yay. And I don't know if Bianca is here, but every day we're gonna be giving out new things. So thank you so much for all the vendors that are teaming up with me, so we can give you guys something, and your support, we really appreciate it. We love you guys. We love always being, you know, on social media and connecting with you guys. So love it, love it, love it. Thank you. Bianca Lee, if you can please go to send a DM to Talking Tina so she can have your address. And Black Curls, if you can send me your address where you want me to ship this to, and it'll be ready for gifting. If you don't want it, you can gift it to someone. It's a good present. It'll be ready. Okay. And tomorrow I'm gonna go live with Kathy. We haven't talked about the time, but we did say we're gonna go live tomorrow, so I'm not really sure what time. And we're gonna be talking about, well, the full moon that's happening. I'll talk about that. I'll give you guys information on the full moon, and we're gonna talk about the pendulum and divination. So don't miss out. And Kathy's also giving something out, and I'm gonna be giving something out tomorrow as well. I'm gonna give out something every single day for 12 days. So today's the 11th day. And like you see, it's fair. You saw I use the app. I don't choose people just because, I don't know. I put the parameters in the app and it chooses for me. So I wish you guys a beautiful rest of the weekend, and hopefully I see you guys tomorrow. If you guys have any more questions, I'm happy to answer them. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any more questions. Thank you. 180 circle. Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Natsuko. Thank you. Okay, cool. So let me get to this. I'm gonna go finish the cleansing and you guys are good to go. Thank you so much for being here. Take care. Bye.